What is good, Fin Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason. We are back here for another one. I hope you enjoyed that little tinkering with the intro as we get ready to drop the brand new intro this weekend when the season officially gets underway. But we've made some slight changes and we're going to continue tinkering with it. Hope y'all enjoyed that one. Appreciate everyone showing up on this Labor Day weekend, Monday. Already 140 of you in the comments, and we haven't even been live for 2 minutes. Appreciate all of you for continuing to support the channel as, hey, we continue to grow. We have officially passed 9,000. We are on our way to 10K officially. We are under 1,000 to 9K as well. We are about 995 subs to 10K. So let's get there. I'm going to get, you know what? We get there. Phinside The NFL.com just launched. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. We're going to do a big merch giveaway. All right. I'm going to give away either 2 or 3 pieces of merchandise. We'll pick 2 or 3 different winners and you can pick your own, take your selection off the website. We're going to do something like that for all of y'all for 10K. So we'll have at least 3 winners and we'll figure out what the prizes are going to be. All right. So if you haven't checked it out, go check FinsideTheNFL.com out right now. I mean, we got merch that just isn't made for you if you're a Finside the NFL fan. It's made for you if you're a Dolphin fan. We got merch that you would rock just as a Dolphin fan. You don't got to be a Finside the NFL fan. So go check it out, FinsideTheNFL.com. Best merch shop in the game, I'm telling you right now. Go check it out. I ain't lying to you. We bringing the forums back. You know what I'm saying? So an environment where we're not going to have the toxicity reigning free like on Facebook and Twitter and such. So go check it out. And not to say we'll be monitoring it or anything like that, but just we're hoping good people sign up and we get good conversations going. So mods, continue to put your work in there. I've seen some of y'all have already dropped messages. I'm going to get involved this week. And we're going to start pushing it because, guys, it's officially game week. Guys, we are 6 days away from laying the smack it down on Whack Jones, baby. Let's go. I can't wait to turn Bill Belichick into the jabroni of the week. You came down all this early, you know, out here in West Palm doing your little training when we really know you got the cameras rolling and you're probably trying to cheat a little bit. All right, we already know how you've been playing. You try to install this wide zone offense all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've gone out of your depths. Your team's struggling. We are about to smack the Patriots this weekend. I'm telling y'all right now. I'm telling y'all right now. And we'll have a portion of the show where we're going to take a look at some of the bets that have come in lately. Trust me, we're going to smack them. Vegas knows it. The bettors know it. We are about to smack the crap out of the New England Patriots. Whack Jones, baby. And they're going to get this new offense. I'm telling you right now, this new offense is about to ball this weekend. If you didn't hear, did anyone hear what Mike McDaniel said today? You know, because people were too worried. Oh, did we show a little too much in that Eagles game? Blah, 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 blah. Well, he said today, you know, he's going to basically fit his offense to the defense they play and their weaknesses. And basically he's telling these coordinators, they're not going to be you can't plan for the unplannable of what I'm about to do to you. He literally said, you cannot plan for the unplannable. This man is coming for throats. Bill's about to get lit up. I'm going to tell you right now, Bill's about to get lit up. And guys, Wednesday night, I'll be joined by Dudley Durong, Dante Cullinelli, Neil Driscoll, Richmond Webb, Mr. Ballgame, plus potentially a few other people this Wednesday, and we will be doing a regular season roundtable like I do every year. We did it last year on September 7th. We're bringing it back again, and we'll be doing it this September 7th, guys, and it will be predictions, bold takes, etc., etc. I'm going to check in with the homie Martin, see if Martin can be the extra guy to come in, but it's going to be a football-oriented roundtable for the football minds in this fan base. So you're going to want to check in. You know, the homie Kevin Dern could not make it. You know, I always love having that homie on. He always does fantastic stuff over at dolphinstalk.com with his podcast. But he's not available. He would have been the other guy we would have been having. So, yeah, it's a pretty good cast of characters, man. So it's going to be a really good roundtable. Make sure you tune in. And guys, the regular season officially starts on Friday when I drop the first preview show of the season. We will be live Friday evening for it, baby. It starts. And as usual, we will be kicking off this Sunday we'll do the live reaction show. And then a new little format. As soon as the live reaction is done, there will be a link in the comments for all of y'all because we will be having the 5th quarter post-game show, which will be an open panel post-game show for all of y'all. So that's what we're doing. We're doing live reaction, and I'll be dropping a link during this stream in that comment section for y'all. And that's what we're doing the post-game show where I'll be opening it up to all of you guys because they're actually going to be on 2 different streaming platforms. That's why we're doing it that way. All right. So shout out to everyone already in the comments. Like I said, we're almost at 300 of you in the comment section, not only 10 minutes into, 10 minutes into this stream. We got a lot to go over tonight. We got a great article from Marcel Louis-Jacques. I was going to go live with this Friday or Saturday, but I just had some stuff going on with the fam. So pushed it to tonight, and then yesterday was obviously all out, baby. You already know what time it is. MJF. I'm better than you, and you know it. So I got some. I want to look at Marcel Louis-Jacques' article. It's fantastic, and it basically goes on about the new confidence level Tua Tagovailoa is currently showing. We're gonna have a Channing Tindall all 22 breakdown. We are going to look at his game against the Eagles. It was very, very promising. I got one really bad play in there. Other than that, solid stuff. I want to, when I gave you my, prospect preview of Channing Tindall, and I broke down his instincts and stuff, and we had the all 22. Now I saw a lot of that stuff start to translate into the NFL, even though it's the preseason. So we're going to go over that. I want to take a look at Channing Tindall in depth because he's showing a lot of stuff early on from a Mike standpoint that we haven't gotten that from that position in quite some time. All right. Also, we're going to take a look at what Mike McDaniel said specifically today in regards to why they passed up on veteran cornerbacks. Chris Perkins had a great new article on Sun Sentinel. He's taken over for Omar Kelly, and it was talking about the camaraderie that the Dolphins have built and if it'll translate into victories. Also, Tyreek Hill, we're going to take a little look. Barry Jackson did a great job of taking a look at Tyreek Hill versus the New England Patriots. We're going to look at that. Like I said, I wanted to show you guys some Vegas stuff. I got an Xavien Howard stat y'all are going to love. There's some number changes. Football Morning in America officially gave us their record prediction. And on top of that, guys, the practice squad is officially filled up. So we'll go over the practice squad as well. We got a jam-packed show for a Monday leading into the first game of the week. I hope everyone's doing good, man. I hope everyone is doing good. I'm going to tell you something, man. Something crazy happened to me. I'm going to show you guys this. Hold on. Give me a sec. Give me 1 sec. So me and the wife, we were doing our thing. And, I always go out and I buy like a blaster or a mega box, whatever I can get my hand on. And, she likes opening packs with me. So, or I'll get a hobby box if it's the right price. I ain't playing these ridiculous prices. So anyways, instead of buying a hobby box, you might as well just go buy the player you want, really, because you're not getting your money back in hobby boxes unless you hit real big these last couple of years. The game's really changed. Anyways, so I probably had one of my biggest blaster box hits yet. I hit a Prism Black Hollow Silver. You see that silver. I hit a Prism Black Mac Jones, and I'm telling you, this thing is like between a 9 and a 10. It looks like it's freshly cut. I am so bitter right now that I hit this card because, raw alone, this card's probably like $100. Graded at like a 9, it's like a $200 card, $150 card. Graded at a 10, we're talking like a $500 to $700 card. And this thing is like immaculate. Like this thing looks like it was just cut. And the centering's on point. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, do I burn this thing or do I grade this and try to flip this? You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, if this is a 10, I could get a hobby box for this piece of trash. And I want to get it out of here before our secondary devalues this card because that's happening this year. Tua about to go 2-0 against you. Wait, guys, I'm going to tell you this little spoiler / preview of my predictions. I looked at the record when I was done and a lot like, God damn, I got high expectations. Wait till you see it. Wait till you see my predictions. I was shocked. Shocked. Anyways, yeah, you tell me what I do. You tell me what I do. I mean, God. I mean, you couldn't. I know he's not as valuable, but we couldn't have got a Waddle, you know? Come on. Come on. You got to give me the Mac, the Whack Jones. Oh, ridiculous. Send it to Chris Sims. So let's go. Let's go. Javon, I'm with you. Ray says flip now. I know. Or dude says the irony. I know, bro. The week before. And I pulled it on, me and the wife, we pulled it on Saturday. Yeah, we pulled it Saturday. So, like, literally 8 days before we played, I was like, come on. This better not be bad juju. But I don't think it is. I think we're actually going to destroy these guys. Real talk. Real talk. So, or dude says send it to Tom Brady. JJ, message you on what, bro? I honestly, man, I'm not even going to, I deleted Facebook. That thing is toxic as hell. So, you got to hit me up. Email me, JJ. Phinside The NFL at gmail.com. Email me. But me and you were talking, I think, about the Gaskin jersey too. So email me, brother. Email me, and I'll hit you up. Fake Spike says that's some expensive tissue, man. You got to wonder yourself, you know, what's going to devalue it quicker, me using it as toilet paper or the Dolphins secondary? I'm leaning towards the Dolphins secondary. I ain't going to lie. Congratulations to Ryan, man. He got offered a job, and hey, bro, must have killed the interview. JJ, email me. Yeah, he said, yep. Phinside The NFL at gmail.com. So, yeah, exactly, Roy. You know, sorry. Yeah, Roy, I believe it's going to be less valuable. So, anyways, so I hope everyone had a blessed weekend, though. Blessed Labor Day weekend. Hope you all filled up. Hot dogs, burgers, ribs, whatever you got to do. Roasted chicken, salmon, whatever your, hey, quiche, whatever your forte is. I hope you're good. Robert Thompson says, too many YouTube Dolphins guys saying this is a tough game. You know what, bro? I'm going to tell you this much. If we hold Ramondre Stevenson, well, you'll see with my keys to victories and stuff. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Let's just say, put it that way. You'll see. For any of you who have never seen my preview shows, wait till you see my preview show on Friday. I go in depth like no other person out here, okay? So I'll show y'all what's good, all right? And I've been doing this since we started this channel. I've been doing my preview format for over 2 years, and all I've done is add to it. It's in depth, it's informative, and trust me, it's worth the hour of your time. So y'all will get a lot of information real fast and thrown at y'all real quickly, all right? So wait till you see me break it down. We'll give you the news. I mean, got to remember, the preview shows are where it's at, baby. Preview shows are where it's at. A lot of times I can look back at my keys to victory for the offense and the defense, and I'm right. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not worried, man. I'm really not worried. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm more worried about the Ravens and revenge season from them than I am about the Patriots. I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm more worried about revenge season from the Ravens than I am the Patriots. Just putting that one out there. Because if you actually go watch that film, by the end of the fourth quarter, they had figured out screens, quick slants, balls out, bubbles, whatever. Get the ball out as quickly as possible. Started to beat our zero, but it was too little too late. They figured out how to neutralize our zero by the end of it. Okay, if you actually go watch that game. And they got Lamar to neutralize it. I'm not Mac Jones. I'm not like, you know, and they got Rashad Bateman. They got Mark Andrews. They got a lot of running backs out of the backfield that can actually, I mean, you would throw a halfback slip screen out, and they got a lot of backs there that can kill us on the ground. So I'm worried more about what the Ravens can do. And they got a lot more weapons on offense, I feel, that could kill us. So I'm more, and they got a bitter taste in their mouth because we did that on national TV. And Tua came in at halftime, and Tua looked like the hero. So the defense is going to be up looking for Tua's head. The Ravens game worries me more than the Patriots game. This new wide zone has been a disaster. Mac Jones has not been good. Go follow any credible Patriots reporter. Mac Jones has not, and that offense has not looked good. When the pads came on, DVP started disappearing. I mean, this new offense, from everything I've gathered, it's a disaster right now. So I'm not worried in the slightest. If they can't run the football, they're done. And I think that's going to be the only option, and we're going to be able to neutralize that. Our front is the best front we've had in quite some time. It's a better front than any front we've had. And I'm including our outside linebackers because, remember, they're edge players, so they're technically on the front. Our front is better than anything it's been upgraded from anything we ever had in the Flores era. We are going to stop the run this year. Believe that. And I agree with what even Magic said. I'd take Skylar Thompson over Mac Jones. Sorry, bro. Our backup's better than Mac Jones. Straight up. And I'm talking from a potential level. Just saying. Mac Jones was... Everyone gets... See, this is where you find people who get lost in the numbers and who actually watch the Patriots film from last year. Mac Jones was very coddled. They gave him high percentage throws. It's exactly what Tennessee did with against us with Ryan Tannehill. When they saw opening it up and being aggressive wasn't working, they gave him a high percentage throws off play action. Guys, if Mac Jones was really as good as his stats claim him to be, not the film, because the film tells you what he is. Why did he only throw 3 times against Buffalo? They leaned on the offensive line and the run game. They leaned on the offensive line and the run game before they did Mac Jones. And it makes sense. Okay, the run game, they were a run-first team. But they leaned... He was 3rd in the pecking order. There's only 3 fucking tiers. Blocking, passing, running. They literally told you he's at the bottom of that. They literally said this is where we trust him. While Tua's out here since he's a rookie 30, 40 times a game. Sometimes. I'm just saying. Listen, do I think Mac Jones is terrible and bad? No. But he's not a top 100 player in the NFL. I'm sorry, he's not. And then people try to hang on what he did at Alabama. Are we going to talk about how that was a COVID season when he took over and how many starters sat? How many players in the first 2 rounds did not even play that season? Or play even the bowl games? All right? Mac Jones would not have beaten that LSU team. Mac Jones would not have beaten that Clemson team. I don't even think Mac Jones would have beat that Georgia team that Hurts and Tua beat. Stop. All right? Come on right now. Stop lying to ourselves. Let's actually watch the film. The guy was the most coddled thing I've seen at the position in quite some time. Talk about training wheels last year. And now McDaniels leaves. Josh McDaniels leaves, and everyone's talking about how he looks regressed compared to last preseason. That's literally the terminology that the Patriots' own beat writers have used this offseason. But I'm supposed to be worried about it? I had Davis Mills ranked as my 5th best quarterback in that draft class, higher than Mac Jones, and I still think with the Texans, Davis Mills is going to turn out to be a better quarterback long-term than Mac Jones. Sorry, man, I don't believe in it. I just don't. I don't. Like that that was the probably his ceiling you saw. And look at how much they had to coddle him. And now Patricia and everyone's involved, and they got this new offense, and they're not coddling him as much because McDaniels isn't there. And now you're hearing all this negative press coming out about Mac Jones. Sorry. But I'll believe it when I see it with that kid. For real. Let's stop acting like this guy had a Herbert rookie season or a Burrow year 2 last year. The guy was literally the definition of coddled. Sorry. And the film tells you that. I'll go Herbert, Burrow, and Tua. The Chargers, the Bengals, and the Dolphins would never, ever only ask one of their quarterback to throw 3 times and say, okay, we can win without you against the Bills. Never. Ever. And that shows you the belief. Even Flores, who didn't even like Tua by the end of it, would never do that. This guy just put it on his shoulders against Tennessee and said, go get him. Now, he wasn't good against Tennessee. That was probably his worst professional game, and no one was good that game except Duke. Duke was solid that game, and the blocking at times was better than spotty. Other than that, it was Buffalo in 2020 all over again, where AVG was the only one who got off that bus for that playoff and in playoff scenario we had against Buffalo in 2020. AVG was the only one who got off the bus. Everyone wants to put it on Tua. Bro. Needham was getting scorched by Xavien McKenzie after he'd been so solid all year and so reliable. So it was just bad. This team in general, that's the problem. And now it's been solved a little with Taron Armstead, even Connor Williams because playoffs, and Tyreek Hill offensively. Now we've got guys in the building. They've won. They should hopefully level that out and help us get over that hump. And that's going to be the big thing if these guys that we brought in can teach all the young guys how to win. And I don't mean regular season games. I mean, because we can do that. I mean, Tua is what, 14-8 in regular season? Okay, so, we can do that. Jalen Waddle, right? Winning year last year, technically, even though it was one game above 500. These guys know how to win ball games. It's about getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. That's what matters. Leadership, baby. Leadership. And there ain't no way a guy like Jesse Davis, and as much as I love Mac Hollins and all these guys, we're going to lead us there. Come on, stop. So, hey, man. Check your pulse. We're 6 days away. We're 6 days away. And I think we hang it on the Patriots. I'm just putting it out there. At home, watch this. Listen, for all of you who think Mike McDaniel might have shown too much against the Eagles, hasn't this guy, I've already told you, one of his biggest qualities, since the day we hired him, I've said, one of his biggest qualities is how OCD he is. You really think he didn't know what he was doing? Oh, no. What he was putting on film, he put on film for a reason. Everything he does has purpose offensively. He meant to put that out there. He knows what they're planning for against us. All right? Trust me. I ain't worried. I think you're about to see some stuff come out from under the sleeve in terms of trickery from this offense on Sunday. You watch. Watch. Because what are you going to go watch? As much as I say go watch the Atlanta offense and what Matt Ryan did with Tua as his, as his guy, they had a little bit of a vertical element to that game, but they didn't have the vertical speed we have. Same thing with the 49ers. So that's something you can't really plan for. Neither one of those offenses have had this speed. So it's an element that only McDaniel truly understands how it's going to be utilized in this offense right now. And there will be motion on every play. There will be condensed sets, the 21-man personnel. You will see almost a 50-50 split probably on first down when it comes to passing and running. I mean, when you go back to Atlanta with Matt Ryan, they threw on first down 47% of the time under Shanahan. So I think you'll probably be around there, 53, 47, 45, 55 if you want to really round it. That's what I think the share will be. So, hey, Pats ain't got an idea what's coming for them. Let's get into this, guys. Again, appreciate all of you for coming through. Already 520 of you rolling through. Again, guys, go check out Phinside The NFL.com. Merch is off the hook. I ain't lying to you. All right, let's get into this. In terms of Tua Tagovailoa's confidence level, how Tua Tagovailoa has changed, and why there's confidence with the Miami Dolphins. Shout out to Marcel for this article. It's fantastic. So, as the Dolphins prepared for one-on-one drills with the Philadelphia Eagles during a recent joint practice, Miami quarterback Tua Tagovailoa and receiver Tyreek Hill discussed which route to run first. Hill didn't have a preference, but quarterbacks coach Darrell Bevell jumped in and said, "I want to hear the crowd cheer." Tagovailoa told Hill, who's one of the fastest players in the league, to run a go route, a straight line downfield as fast as possible. Hill lined up against cornerback Darius Slay, flashed his quick release off the line of scrimmage, and streaked down the sideline. He corralled an arcing 40-yard arcing pass 40 yards downfield while Tagovailoa held his follow-through maybe a beat or two longer than usual. Dolphin fans in attendance at the Baptist Health Training Complex in Miami Gardens went nuts and roared. Tagovailoa is aware of what fans want and expect to see from him this season. It's what they've expected since he was the number 5 overall pick in 2020, but for a variety of reasons, the expectations have gone largely unmet. And preseason passes won't change the narrative. The deadline to pick up Tagovailoa's 50-year option is scheduled for May 2023. If it doesn't work out, it won't be because the Dolphins failed to surround him with talent. In this offseason alone, they acquired one of the league's top playmakers in Hill, the top free agent in tackle Teron Armstead, and a creative, offensive-minded head coach in Mike McDaniel. Now it's up to Tua Tagovailoa, who has been working on personal upgrades throughout the offseason. Part of his transformation has been working on his physical as well as his mental and preparedness. And the result has been a level of confidence Hill said would surprise people. In the NFL, they only give you like 2 or 3 years to be a successful quarterback, especially if you're a first-round pick, Hill said on his podcast. And if you don't succeed after those years, then it's kick rocks, man. They're going to put Tua in that, so it's basically his last year. Just show people what he's got. McDaniel was flying from San Francisco Bay Area to South Florida on February 7th to be introduced as the Dolphins head coach when he FaceTimed Tagovailoa from the plane. "One thing I know about you is you have the ambition to be great. My job is to coach you to get all that greatness out of you," McDaniel said to his quarterback. "I'm going to make sure that when they look back at this day, you're going to be like, damn, that was one of the best days of my career too." McDaniel followed up the call by not just attending Tagovailoa's charity event in April, but by going on stage during the Luau in Miami for a drum session that went viral. "I think that speaks a lot," Tagovailoa said. "That's kind of how the relationship has been, very supportive. I go up in his office and tell him I got a couple of guys come over to hang out, and he feels bad that he didn't get an invite to come over and hang out. It's been different, but it's been super cool. For everything McDaniel has done to create a strong first impression with Tagovailoa. Just a few months earlier, the Dolphins looked into trading for Deshaun Watson at the deadline, despite Watson then facing 22 active lawsuits alleging sexual assault or sexually inappropriate behavior during massage sessions. Miami's pursuit ended, and Watson eventually waived his no-trade clause to Cleveland and was traded to the Browns. Miami was also disciplined by the NFL in August for tampering with Tom Brady while he was under contract with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in an attempt to bring him into the organization as a limited partner, football executive, and potentially as a player as well. Roger Goodell said the violations were of unprecedented scope and severity, and it cost the Dolphins their first-round pick in 2023, among other sanctions. They will have the 49ers first-round pick next year, but 2 first-rounders would have given the Dolphins more assets with which to move up the draft board and select a quarterback in case Tagovailoa doesn't work out. In the meantime, sorry, I apologize. In the meantime, Tagovailoa represents Miami's best chance for 2022. When asked about his team's interest in Brady, Tagovailoa tersely said, "The Dolphins were all in on the third-year pro, a reflection of the way his coaches and teammates made him feel over the offseason. And with that support and trust from his organization, Tagovailoa has responded this summer. Statistically, the worst game of Tagovailoa's career came at the worst possible time. A must-win Week 17 game at the Tennessee Titans to keep Miami's 2021 hopes alive." Well, let's also forget, he left the field against Atlanta with the lead. If we win that game, it's over. We in the playoffs. If coaching doesn't blow it against Jacksonville, we're in the playoffs. So it's not just one game, it's multiple games. In cold, rainy conditions, the Dolphins lost 34-3 as Tagovailoa completed just 18 of 38 passes for 205 yards and an interception. His 53.1 quarterback rating was the lowest of his NFL career. He was sacked a career high 4 times and fumbled 3 times, losing 1. The Dolphins' preseason hopes were dead, but the theory that Tagovailoa didn't have the arm strength for cold weather was alive and well. Afterward, Tagovailoa said he would try to find some place to practice in the cold, so he visited his younger brother, Talia, in Maryland in February and did some throwing in snowy conditions. As for getting the ball downfield, Tagovailoa attempted just 18 of passes of at least 25 yards last season. Only Jimmy Garoppolo attempted fewer with 15. But Tagovailoa said that was by design, not because of any lack of arm strength. And when he did throw 25 yards or farther, no quarterback completed a high percentage than Tagovailoa's 50. But Tagovailoa ranked 27th in QBR in pass attempts from outside the pocket last season. With an off-target percentage of 26.7, the 5th worst in the league. He recognized he needed to improve the throwing off platform and on the run. Nick Hicks, who is the co-owner of Perform Sports in Davie, Florida, and Tagovailoa put together an arm strength plan for the offseason that featured exercises with plyo balls focused on building core and lower body strength to coincide with his throwing mechanics. The plan also featured a long-distance throwing program that gauged his progress. By the 7th week, Tagovailoa's numbers improved dramatically. Something that his dad had told me, which really resonated, is when Tua is at his best, his lower half is in the best shape possible. I saw a lot of progressions with his footwork. He really is using his legs and snapping forward and pushing the ball off of his back foot. The Dolphins saw improvement throughout training camp, and Tagovailoa's confidence seemed to grow with every completion. That was reflected during a media session in June when Tagovailoa was asked about the narrative surrounding his arm strength. For me, it's just zone that out, he said. We come out to practice. Everyone else, Twitter warriors, keyboard warriors, whatever you want to call them, they're not out here practicing with us working hard. So I don't know if you guys recorded that last one to Tyreek. I don't know about you, but that looked like money. It's a level of bravado Tagovailoa had not displayed publicly in his previous 2 seasons. But those around him say it's a more accurate reflection of his confidence. Well, Tua is low-key cocky. Like, a lot of people don't know that, Hill said. But when you see him start getting into his zone, when it's like, oh, yeah, that dude's unstoppable, when he gets locked into that zone, it is over with for opposing defenses. I promise you. I've had a chance to see that a few times out of him. When he gets into that zone and he's like on everybody's behind and it's like ridiculous, that really motivates the rest of the guys on the team having such a great leader in Tua. It was 2:30 p.m. on August 20th, 5 hours before the Dolphins were set to face the Las Vegas Raiders in the preseason home opener, and there was only one player on the field. With the play sheet in hand, Tagovailoa was getting in his mental reps. It's not only something he'd been known to do, it's not something he'd been known to do in his prior 2 NFL seasons. I'm just trying to picture the operation of how I want the offense to operate, Tagovailoa said. So I'm looking at the play call, saying the play call out, getting the motions. If a certain person is not where they're supposed to be defensively, then that's an opportunity to exert all the adjectives as far as getting us into the right play. That's what my practice is every time I go out there. And then going through my entire progression, just all the little details. McDaniel was impressed. That says everything. That's why his teammates are confident in him, McDaniel said. That's why I'm confident in him. And that's why his coaching staff is, because that is something that he has done on his own with guidance from his quarterback coach. I'm telling y'all, Darrell Bevell, I told y'all, most underrated staff signing in the offseason. I'm telling you. Coming in here this year, that wasn't something that I had heard about Tua. That wasn't really like his MO, just to go ahead and get outside the framework of whatever the schedule is and really invest all in your craft. He has really been doing that every single day at the beginning of the day before he gets the script, and that's why he's owning the offense and leading us so well that we'll be in a good position to be what his teammates really need him to be week one. Tagovailoa's transformation, at least heading into the regular season, was completed Thursday when his teammates voted him captain for the first time. I think it speaks volumes on where he's at with the team and their belief in him. I'm telling you, man, you're seeing it, right? You've seen it. We've seen it come out in his interviews. Tua Tagovailoa right now is operating at a level of confidence we haven't seen since Alabama. Now, whether he's going to be as confident throwing the football as he was in Alabama, that remains to be seen once the live bullets start flying. But you're seeing him oozing machismo, as Scott Hall, aka Razor Ramon, used to say. You can see it right now. You really can. Tua Tagovailoa is at his most confident he's been at in his NFL career. It seems like in his body, in his offensive surroundings in terms of staff and personnel, as well as in the offense he's executing. So let's hope it translates this Sunday and throughout this season, which I think it will. I think, like I said, my expectation for him is to become a top 12 quarterback in the NFL. Period. I mean, that's just, there's nothing else. That's my expectation. All right. And I truly believe as long as this offensive line hovers around 20, 22, 23 overall, he'll give us that. Now, from Barry Jackson here, Dolphins explain decision to bypass signing former Pro Bowl cornerbacks, stick with youth. During what most would describe as a highly successful offseason, the Dolphins have left themselves open to second guessing in at least one key area, cornerback. And it's crazy because remember I told you guys cornerback depth was a concern. I said, what did I say? I said offensive line depth, the linebacking core, and corner depth. And here we are already. Didn't think it would hit us before the O-line, but here we are. Even with Byron Jones missing the first 4 games because of offseason leg injury, the Dolphins opted to not add former Pro Bowl cornerbacks Joe Hayden or Chris Harris, and instead decided to move forward with Nick Needham, Noah Benogany, Keon Crossan, rookie Kadir Kahu, and safety Elijah Campbell as their cornerbacks behind Xavien Howard. Now, Elijah Campbell has been converted to safety. He can play corner. I think those guys are quality, Coach Mike McDaniel said. I know the names don't get you juiced up, but when you watch their play, they give you quality play on the field. Well, I don't know what Noah tape you've been watching, my friend. In the Dolphins' defense, they signed veteran Mackenzie Alexander earlier in the camp, but he sustained a season-ending injury days later. Why the subsequent decision to bypass adding a veteran with Pro Bowl pedigree and instead stick with Benogany, Crossan, Kahu, and Campbell, at least 2 of whom should play a lot on Sunday against the Patriots. I think it's going to be Crossan, Campbell, and Kahu. McDaniel explained it this way. They may be young and new to the Miami Dolphin fan base because we're going through some injury stuff in the offseason. We got more opportunity to coach and evaluate and see our young nucleus of defensive backs, which was a driving force behind making no move for a veteran corner in the past 2 weeks. They're very veteran to us in regard of capabilities, strengths, and weaknesses. We were pretty fortunate in the process to get those opportunities to evaluate all those guys. We got to see them in every single defensive structure, coverage, responsibility, getting extensive time in the preseason. There was a lot of value that collective group offered us. You weigh that against who is out there and see if you want to go down that road. We feel we have enough NFL players that best served not going outside this time. Needham did not appear to be practicing on Monday, but was running sprints. He has been nursing a minor injury. Benogany struggled at times during camp and allowed 3 passes thrown against him in the Raiders game to be caught for 34 yards, but he played well in the preseason finale against the Eagles. I think Crossan should be the next up behind Needham, to be honest with you. And then I'd put either Campbell or Kahu. Crossan signed mostly for special teams prowess, did generally good work at cornerback in camp and preseason. He played just 2% of the Giants' defensive snaps last season, but his athleticism is crazy, and he's shown really good coverage skills. Koo impressed the team throughout the preseason, earning a spot on the 53-man roster as a UDFA. And Campbell, who had 2 interceptions in the preseason, has been working exclusively at cornerback in the past week. McDaniel has declined to say he will enter the season as the number 3 cornerback behind Howard and Needham, noting that could be based on game-specific matchups. Whoever it is assuredly will be targeted by New England, Baltimore, Buffalo, and Cincinnati during the first 4 games. That's why it can't be Iguanani. Oof. Linebacker Andrew Van Ginkel, who had his appendix removed 2 weeks ago, was back at practice and running well. So was Jalen Waddle, who's been nursing a lower body injury. Third-string quarterback Skylar Thompson was the only player missing from practice for reasons not given. What fans can expect from McDaniel as a play caller, you will see someone doing their best to adjust to the defense while playing to the strengths of our players. McDaniel likes having 4 running backs, and he says you want them to be as fresh as possible. Left tackle Terron Armstead likes this group of Dolphins edge rushers. He said Trey Flowers has always been an impressive player. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's a big fan of Melvin Ingram. He always has been his whole career, and he's one of the top 3 guys in the league. Jalen Phillips, too. The things that he's done, especially in the last 2 weeks, you can see the game starting to slow down for him. That's huge. That's huge. If the game starts slowing down for Phillips, he's going to enter that top 10 category like I said he would. Athletically, he's a freak. He's made in a lab. So just to watch his progression, I'm excited to see him continue to evolve as a pass rusher, learning more, seeing things better. But we've got some guys that can get after the passer. That group also includes Andrew Van Ginkel, whose status for the opener is in question after having his appendix removed. McDaniel, noting that defensive line and edge positions are his favorites, said the more quality guys you have, the fresher they can play, the more issues they give you offensively, because now you're preparing for 6 distant pass rush moves instead of 2. You would have to talk me out of not wanting to pitch to Chris Greer to draft a defensive lineman or edge every year because it's that valuable. Xavien Howard, who has a great respect for emerging teammate Javon Holland and his blossoming talents, mentioned last week that Holland will get on his back when Howard makes a mistake or is not in the right position, which surprised Howard, but it doesn't bother him at all. Holland asked why he feels comfortable doing that and said, I hold myself to a higher standard, and I want them to understand that I hold them to a higher standard as well. I'm not going to necessarily not say something to somebody based on their status. I see him as my teammate, and I want him to coach me as hard as I coach him. I'm going to take everything what he says, and I hope he will do the same for me. Of course, it's always love for me, and he knows that. McDaniel said of Holland, it blows my mind that he's a 22-year-old in his second year. The Dolphins have beaten the Patriots in their past 3 matchups. And per ESPN Stats and Information Department beat writer Mike Reese, a Bill Belichick Patriots team has never lost 4 in a row to the same opponent since he became the team's coach in 2000. About facing Belichick, McDaniel said, can there be a larger disparity in career win-loss total? It would be a bigger deal if Coach Belichick and I were on the field doing an Oklahoma drill. I don't foresee that happening. I don't think fans would pay for that. I would, McDaniel. He's arguably the best coach of all time. The Patriots, trying to acclimate to the heat here, are flying to South Florida on Tuesday to practice several days at Palm Beach Atlantic. It makes sense what the Patriots are doing. Yeah, it makes sense because they're scared. If I was, these guys are scared. That's why it makes sense. Belichick is legitimately scared that a first-year head coach is about to mollywop him. I'm telling you right now. Telling you. Hopefully AVG is good to go. Again, our front. He's totally right. Look at what these guys have to prep for. If it ain't AVG and Phillips, we could put Trey Flowers and Melvin Ingram out there. Or you could put Melvin Ingram and Phillips. Well, I mean, there's so much different variety we can do coming off that edge at you right now. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. It's going to be fun to watch this defense this year, hopefully, if everything goes right. So, hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for 12.5 sacks from Jalen Phillips. Let's get him. Rack him up, baby. Let's go. You want to flirt with 15? I'm here for it too. Man, I think if Boyer is the guy he claims he was in 2020 calling the plays and he finds that rhythm and our offense lives up to that potential and our line blocks like they showed us they potentially could against the Eagles, we are in for a season and a half. Season and a half, baby. Check your pulse. All right, continuing on. Chris Perkins, one of his first articles back since he took over for Omar. It says, Dolphins building camaraderie via new locker room setup, team outing, but will it translate into victories? Mike McDaniel is a big believer in team chemistry, camaraderie, relationship building, all that kind of intangible abstract stuff. McDaniel, the 39-year-old Miami Dolphins rookie head coach, strongly believes those things help win games. That belief is the reason the Dolphins had a team outing Thursday night, and it's the reason Miami's locker room has a non-traditional setup this season. All-pro cornerback Xavien Howard likes the idea of the new positionless locker room. This is my 7th year, he said. I've never seen the team camaraderie tight like how it's supposed to be because we're all separated. DBs go out and do their thing. D-line will go out. Quarterbacks do their thing, and it's different stuff like that. I've never been a big believer in team chemistry winning games. I think it's overrated, overstated, and overhyped. Talent and coaching wins games in that order, followed by health and luck. And that's about the extent of it. Everything else is voodoo. It's fake. At this time of the year, every team is close. A lot closer than they were the previous year when they had clicks, wash, rinse, repeat. You'll hear the same thing at this time next year. You live in fantasy land if you think the team chemistry helped the Los Angeles Rams win the Super Bowl last year, or helped Tampa the year before, or helped Green Bay in the first Super Bowl. But McDaniel and Miami players believe, well, I don't know, Tampa Bay had pretty good chemistry. I mean, those guys had been together for a while, and they just needed Winston to be replaced by Tom, and they won. So that's a pretty bad example, Perkins. It's very important that you get into a locker room where you get to sit next to a brother you're going to be battling with out there, veteran running back Raheem Mostert said. McDaniel believes in team chemistry so strongly that one of the first things he did after being named the Dolphins head coach was change up the locker room. It was kind of the first action that I could take to facilitate a better team camaraderie because he spent a lot of time here, he said. Now, for example, quarterback Tagovailoa is flanked on his right by safety Brandon Jones and on his left by Jalen Waddle. Wide receiver Tyreek Hill has tight end Mike Gesicki as his neighbor on his right and an empty locker to his left, a privilege sometimes afforded star players. Asked whether he talked much to Gesicki previously, Hill replied, I'll talk to everybody. Howard is on a 4-person row with a wall to his left and then rookie quarterback Skylar Thompson to his right, then tackle Austin Jackson, and then I got Christian crazy ass down there on the end. Howard said with a hearty laugh, referring to lively defensive tackle Christian Wilkins. It's all part of how McDaniel thinks the team should operate on and off the field. The locker room is Exhibit A. You should be sitting next to someone you're not sitting by all day, he said. This isn't the first time the Dolphins have shaken up the locker room setting. Old-time Dolphins might recall the 2010 season, the year someone thought it was a good bonding idea to have wide receiver Brandon Marshall seated to quarterback Chad Henne in the locker room. You can imagine how that went. But McDaniel said the locker room setup has paid dividends, and players agree. Also, with the event we're having tonight, Thursday, with the team coming together, that's a great thing, Howard said. It's like a little meet and greet, and we talk and we hang out. Linebacker Sam McGuavin recalls the team going to golfing and gaming facility as a surprise outing 2019 and 2020. Coaches had canceled a scheduled walkthrough practice, and the team went to Topgolf instead. Pleasant surprise to the players. Thursday's outing was different, though. McGuavin said ahead of the secret excursion, it was scheduled and outdoors. This time we're actually going somewhere outside with our own transportation, he said. Everybody's Ubering up. It's not like we're all going out to like a club or anything, but it's like we're all meeting up outside of work. I'm going to look at Mike like he's a guy at the bar. It's just time for all of us to just let loose. We're out of the building. Be yourself. Get to know one another. We'll likely never know whether the camaraderie and team building McDaniel's implementing makes a difference. In general, if a team makes the playoffs, it'll say camaraderie and bonding are factors. And if they don't make the playoffs, the failed team building exercises are never mentioned. The key at this point, however, is that the players like what McDaniel is doing for them with Thursday's team outing in the rearranged locker room, and they think it'll help on the field. You pull for that guy hard, Mostert said of your locker room neighbor. You want the best for him. You want the best for his family and everything he stands by. I'm just trying to do my duty, making sure that happens as best as I can. I'm just telling you right now, you know, McDaniel realizes the environment they had, and he's just trying. He wants everyone to get along and everyone to be friends. It's well known that there was a divide in the locker room last year. I mean, you've seen players anonymously talking about other players over the last couple of years. That's happened. That's been something that everyone has seen. Shout out to Mike. He said, appreciate your reason. Keep up the good work. Appreciate you, homie. Like, this is something we have all seen over the past couple of years. That players have come out and, they've either retweeted stuff, liked tweets, or spoken anonymously that's not sent good messages. You've seen and heard about a divide in all these different reports, and now the team, he's just trying to bring the team closer together. All he's trying to do is make those guys go that extra step for each other on the field. That's all. And he's trying to give them an environment that they enjoy. I mean, look at Xavien Howard. It's clear not only Tua enjoys his environment more, but Xavien Howard enjoys his environment more. Anyone can see that. I mean, it's clearly obvious, right? So, continuing on here, Tyreek Hill is excited for Dolphins debut. Here's how he has done against Belichick's defenses. New Dolphins receiver Tyreek Hill said Monday that Bill Belichick is one of the greatest coaches ever. The way he thinks is next level. But Belichick's brilliance hasn't stopped Hill from feasting on the New England defense, excluding all of the AFC West teams whom Hill played against a lot as a member of the Kansas City Chiefs. Hill has more receiving yards against New England, 401, than any other team achieved in 4 games. Hill has caught 24 of 34 targets in those games against the Patriots. Again, Patriots, Dolphins, 1 p.m. at Hard Rock Sunday. I'll be live. Come on down. Hill has played against 30 teams in the NFL and has appeared in more than one game against 23 of those 30 teams. His 100.3 average receiving yards against the Patriots is his 6th highest average against any team behind Tampa Bay, Cleveland, Philadelphia, Jets, and Carolina. When we play them, there are some plays I do get doubled when I was with the Chiefs, he said. Who knows what to expect with a new team. I'm sure Belichick has a plan up his sleeve. Yeah, he bracketed him with like Jonathan Jones and a safety. I'm sure our coach has one up his sleeve. Having perennial Pro Bowl quarterback Patrick Mahomes obviously helped Hill against the Patriots when he played for the Chiefs, but Hill remains bullish on his new teammate Tua Tagovailoa, whom Hill has called the NFL's most accurate quarterback. Tua's not a vocal guy, he said Monday when asked about himself and Tagovailoa being voted captains. He will talk here and there. He works harder than everybody. Hill, who has made the Pro Bowl in all 6 of his NFL seasons, eagerly anticipates his Dolphins regular season debut after being acquired from the Chiefs this past spring. He played 3 offensive snaps in preseason and had a 51-yard reception from Tua. God gifted me with the skill set, so why would I let it go to waste? Hill said on Monday. I feel great. I'm going to let my talents be on display. I'm not the biggest Christian, but I don't want to waste this opportunity. I'm very excited. Family's excited. Can't wait to score my first touchdown as a Dolphin. Hill, incidentally, said he informed Coach Mike McDaniel that he will pause his podcast until February so he can focus entirely on playing football. Notice how he said February, people? This man expects us to be in the Super Bowl. He put his podcast on pause till February because he expects us to make that bowl run. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it, baby. All right. Listen. Tyreek about to feast. Tyreek and Waller are going to feast this weekend. I'm telling you, it's coming. It's coming. All that said, I want to get into the Channing Tindall film study. All right. So I got, I believe, 7 plays here. I'm going to give you guys the broadcast view, and I'll full screen that. I'll give you guys the broadcast view, and I will also give you guys the God view, a.k.a. the end zone view, as I call it. And what you're going to see here is, again, a single high shell, man press. We start off here. And you're going to see stuff, instincts in the run game, specifically from a Mike we haven't seen yet. I mean, we've seen the good coverage snaps, but I really wanted to show stuff that I talked about in the prospect preview and highlight how you can see it translating in game 3 already of the preseason. And I mean, we are staring down the barrel at our future Mike, ladies and gentlemen. I truly believe that. So I've highlighted them there for you. So what you're going to see here is on the give right there. Watch. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. He fills that gap. He read it the whole way. The instincts. He knows where the lane, where that crease, where that seam is developing. This man saw it from a mile away. I mean, let's roll it back one more time. Look how quickly he's there. Boom. Just mirrors him the whole way and sees the lane. And look at it. If you actually stop it, if I freeze frame it, hold on, let me see if I can freeze frame here. He's already cut back into the lane before the running back's seen the lane. He has already seen that running lane before the cutback. That is instincts. That is something we have been lacking at the second level for quite some time. Sure, Landon Roberts can thump. Sure, Baker's good in pursuit. But what we're going to watch from this. But we have not seen these type of instincts. Look at him just fill that. He's going to read and recognize that gap, right? Right? There's the A gap to the right. Look at it. He's already squared him up. Running back is dead to rights. Plugging holes, hitting hose, and doing the damn thing. Look at this. Look at that. Plugging holes and stuffing runs for nothing but zeros. Let's go. Boom. Look at that. Clean them up. Over and done with. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All it's going to take is mental reps. Oh, my God. Reason showing special teams. Yes, I am. Look at the pursuit here. All right? Look at that. Is I have highlighted where you can see. I'll pause it there. That is Channing Tindall on special teams now. And look at this. Look at this, man. Just follow him down. Third from the inside. You're just going to. Boom. Just cleans him up. Wraps him. Where are you going, boy? Where are you going? Channing Tindall says, no. The pursuit. I mean, the guy even flashed his instincts on kick coverage. It's ridiculous. Great game by Channing Tindall, man. Look at this. Whoop. Look at that. Look how easily he gets out the block. I know it's special teams, but can he teach Baker how to get off a block? Look at this. Just off you. Look at that. And I want you to show, when he gets off that block, look at, he anticipates it to the left. Bring it back here. Anticipates it to the left there. You see that, right? See it. But he's so quick. And he's got such great lateral quickness. Boom. He's right there. Boom. He sees it and he's right there. Shout out to Channing Tindall. Great effort, man. Great effort. There you go. You're going to see him again. A Mike in that single high man press look from the Dolphins. Cover one man press. And you're just going to see, look at again. Look. Cleans it up. Cleans it up. But again, if you go back and you watch him, he's going to mirror the swing out of the backfield, but he's going to react instinctively to the quarterback. Look, he's mirroring it. No, he read the eyes. See that? He didn't buy. He didn't totally commit. He committed somewhat, but look at his head. Watch Channing Tindall's head. Look at this. I'm going to show it. Look at it. Okay, he sees that. But look at, now he snapped back and he's watching the quarterback. Like, he's on the quarterback's eyes now. Sees his head turn. He's like, okay, no, he's not. I'm not biting on that anymore. Boom. There he is. Comes back. Helps clean it up. Good stuff. Good stuff from Channing Tindall. Again, you watch him again with Reed Sinnott in there. It's more. He's going to read. He's reading the leak out, right? Notices. And look at, right away, he sees the head. You see him put on the brakes right there. Sees the head. Comes back. In pursuit. Cleans it up. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Now, look at this. All right. Again, watch. He sees him. All right. I want you to watch his lateral mirroring here. He is literally going to lock on and target this running back from the moment he gets the football. Like he's going to follow his eyes, and he follows the lead better. Look at it. Plays through the traffic, follows the lead, and cleans it up. Great stuff in the run game. Like, fantastic stuff again. Look at it. Reads him, sees the gap, cleans it up. Just the gap filler. Call this man the gap filler. Let's go. Okay, now we're going to see him rushing off the edge, okay? He is instrumental in the fumble the Eagles offense had. Show you right here. Just explosive, gets inside, Finish it off. Balls out. Look at that. Great stuff from Channing Tindall. The man was all over the field against the Philadelphia Eagles. Just great stuff. Great stuff. Again, you see him. Look at the movement. Just inside. Boom. And look at that. He didn't even need to use his hands. Look at it. Right? Hands are on him. Good placement by the lineman. He just swipes them away easily after bull rushing him backwards, and he's straight in line to the quarterback. Balls out. Boom. Good stuff. The instincts continue to show up with this kid. That's what you got to love. Now, there is some stuff you're not going to love. But we'll get to that in a sec. Look at this again. Look at that. The thump. Woo! He read him from a mile away. Single back. We got a single high shell. Look at this. Look at it. He reads it from a mile away. Look. And he's the one. Look how many Dolphins are there. But he's the one to finish them. Boom. Woo. Finish that kid. Just thumped the hell out of him. Just laid the lumber. Absolutely love every minute of it. Look, it sees it, follows, plays through the traffic, lays the shoulder. Knocks him into next Tuesday. Great, great stuff from Channing Tindall. I'm telling you, impressive, impressive, impressive. Now, this is what you're going to like. He filled it right. Read the gap, read the play, missed the tackle. And he misses the tackle, and then it becomes a bit of a misfest up that left sideline on that touchdown run that Boyer was pretty animated over. Now, for all the good he did, this is the stuff that you got to clean this up. You got to finish this tackle, right? Just wrap him and finish him. See right here, gets a little bit of a stiffy too. Right there, you see the arm, a little bit of a stiffy. You got to finish that, man. And then you see up that left sideline, it's just a joke. Guy's trying to push out instead of tackle a man, and he's in there 4-6. But, I mean, overall, from a year one guy who never had the kind of reps we're going to potentially give him, like what I saw, a lot of positive stuff to come away from Channing Tindall. He'll clean up that missed tackle at the end there. But really, really positive stuff when you look at what Channing Tindall did against the Philadelphia Eagles, man. The future of that linebacking core, I like. Hopefully, he can eat in to the minutes of Duke Riley and Landon Roberts as the season goes on, right? Want to see him get better. He's only going to get better with more reps, but showing a lot of good early on potential. Love the read and recognition ability. Love the lateral quickness. Love the discipline eyes. Just a lot to love with Channing Tindall right now. The instincts are just flashing everywhere. So big stuff. Now, I said we got to go over. Guys, I mean, Vegas is feeling us right now. I don't know what to say. Multiple big Miami Dolphin bets in Tennessee on August 31st. 3K on Tua to win MVP at 75-1. 2K on Tua to win MVP at 60-1 at Caesars Sports. And then at the MGM, 900K on over ultimate win total of 7.5. 100K for the Dolphins to make the playoffs at plus 135. And a 10K bet on 40-1 for the Dolphins to win the Super Bowl. The numbers are starting to come in on Vegas, baby. The numbers are starting to come in on Vegas. And I love it. I love it all over the place because there's even more than that. When you look at this, look at this. Yeah, again, look at this. That was one man betting alone. 900K on 7.5 games, 100K on Miami to make the playoffs, and 10K to win the Super Bowl. A Tennessee man put $1.1 million of those numbers I just showed you, $1.1 million on the Dolphins. So these are the non-Tua bets. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I'm just saying. Whew. Let's go. Let's go. Love it. And then, the disrespect by Madden continues to be proven here. Lowest passer rating allowed in single coverage last year, Xavien Howard, 44.9. The best man cover corner in the game. And Madden disrespects him like that. I'm just saying. I want to throw this out there. The best in the game right now. The best. X-Man. Ain't no one better. Jason got paid and everyone made a big deal about it, but it's X all day, baby. Just saying. Xavien Howard, the lowest passer rating allowed in single coverage since 2020. Let's go. 2 seasons. That's my guy right there. X-Man all day. Speaking of Channing Tindall and the film study we just did, if you didn't see today, Myles Gaskin has changed to number 3. Eric Ezukanma is now number 18. Channing Tindall is number 41. Trey Flowers is 93. And Justin Bethel is 20. Also, Tanner Connor is now 80. And Kadir Kahu went from 38 to 28. So Preston leaves the building. Eric Ezukanma says, thank you very much. Bowden leaves the building. Gaskin says, thank you very much. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Gaskin about to have a big season now that he ain't rocking that weird-ass 37. I'm telling you right now, let's get it in. Let's go. All right. Continuing on. Football Morning in America. This is how they see the AFC seeds laying out. Peter King, who's been around forever, one of the few guys I still read. Back when he used to do Monday Morning Quarterback, that's now Albert Breer does. Now he does Football Morning in America. So he has Buffalo at 13-4, Baltimore at 11-6, the Chargers at 11-6, Tennessee at 10-7, Kansas City at 11-6, Cincinnati at 10-7, and Miami at 9-8. He says 2-on rejoice. It's not just Tyreek Hill who will make over this offense. It's Chase Edmonds rushing for over 1,200 yards. And he has Baltimore beating us in the first round in the wild card. He had us in a tiebreaker over Indianapolis. And he obviously has us 9-8. So he has Buffalo going to the Super Bowl and facing off against Green Bay and winning. So he sees us as a playoff team that's out in the first round. Now, there were some visits today as the Dolphins continue to fill out the practice squad. Today, the Dolphins had Alex Bars, Caleb Benenoch, Josiah Bronson, Big Cat Bryant, Christopher Hinton, Thakarius Keys, Coda Martin, Tony Pride, Jason Spriggs, and Chris Steele in for a visit. And those did translate to some practice squad moves. What may you ask? Well, it started off with the Dolphins officially cut Niles Scott from the practice squad. So Niles Scott is officially gone, the defensive lineman. With that, the Dolphins then proceeded to fill up the practice squad with Josiah Bronson, Big Cat Bryant, Christopher Hinton, Keon Smith, and Chris Steele. So our current practice squad as it stands, since I gave you an update when we were at 12 and now we are at a full 16, here is your 2022 Dolphins practice squad heading in to this Sunday. Braylon Sanders, River Craycraft, Freddie Swain, Zacrondre White, Larnell Coleman, Keon Smith, Christopher Hinton, James Empey, Ben Stilley, Josiah Bronson, Cat Bryant, Cameron Good, Porter Gustin, Kalen Barnes, Chris Steele, and Verone McKinley. So there you go, guys. I have assembled it for you guys. That's what it looks like. That is your 2020 practice squad. All right. Listen, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I am going to be back Wednesday with Dougley, Dante Colonelli, Neil Driscoll, Richmond Webb, Mr. Ballgame, just a whole cast of characters. And we're going to be doing our regular season roundtable prediction show where we'll have bold predictions, bold takes, and season predictions game by game for y'all. Listen, also, if you haven't had a chance yet, please check it out. Phinside The NFL.com. Go now. Check it out. Look at, we popping. We popping. Go check the merch shop. The merch shop. I mean, look at tees, hoodies, socks, everything you need, man. Go check it out. Phinside Go show love. Go show some support. I love each and every one of y'all. I might be back tomorrow. I will be back Wednesday, and we'll be going from there. Be on the lookout for me potentially tomorrow as more information comes out. Guys, again, 6 days away. Let's get it. Check your pulse, baby. Check your pulse. Let's go. Fins up all day, every day. Smash that like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're new. On our way to 10K. Officially past 9K. Love each and every one of y'all. We'll see all y'all on the next one. Fins up.